Howdy, folks. I'm everybody's favorite superhero, a Green Lantern.
I'm Amber.
And by a Green Lantern, I'm a literal lantern that happens to be green. Yes, your favorite superhero is literally just a light emitting diode. And here's some Reddit. Our first letter is titled, Am I a jerk for asking my friend's girlfriend why she's with him? Did she ask your opinion on this? That's my first question. Too long didn't read. My nerd friend is dating a hot girl, and I asked her why. Everyone thought I was rude, but I'm just looking out for him. Yeah, how are you looking out for somebody by trying to block them essentially from dating their girlfriend? So, my friend has a new girlfriend, and they've been dating for a few months, but I just met her now. My friend has always been a shy nerd. We met at college. He was fresh off the boat from South Korea and studying engineering. He didn't have, and still doesn't have, a sense of style, even though he's been living here for over a decade. He works out, but it doesn't show. He spends a lot of his time in the lab studying for his PhD, and with his glasses, he looks like a crazy professor half the time. He also gets even more quiet around girls. This girl came from somewhere in Eastern Europe and on some sort of exchange program, which ends in a year. Her face is an 8, but her body is a voluptuous 10. This guy, real winner. You're sure showing us, OP. I'm sure she gets matches like crazy. She also has a very charming and warm sort of aura. Even though she was quiet at the start, everyone in the friend group immediately liked her. At least the guys did. The girls took a bit, but they ended up bonding after an hour or so. But she is doing a humanities subject, which will not get her a high earner job for sure. She does speak a few languages and earns money as a translator on the side. I got a bit drunk and I watched this new couple. My friend is completely smitten and looked a lot happier than usual. She always thought of him when the food was served, leaned in to him, etc. She does seem to like him, but why would she date him? Since they are new, they had to tell me their meet cute story, which took part in one of his experiments for Amazon voucher, and she thought he was cute. So she asked him out. Note, she asked him out. Crimes of all crimes. It's a humanities crime. At some point, I just asked her, why would a woman like her with her bodies date my friend? She laughed, but my friend was mad. She said that she was dating him because he was very good to her, which in her accent sounded like a dirty joke. It made me laugh, and I asked her if she knew that he was broke, and she said that she was broke too, so what? My one friend signaled to me to shut up, but I asked her if she wanted a green card, and she said no, she didn't particularly want to live in the US permanently. Which, with all the political stuff and all. I told her that her country probably wasn't any better, and she didn't say anything, but Gus got up to go to the bathroom. My friend was super mad at me, calling me rude and driving her away. My friend hasn't dated in years. Why would I do that? They really laid into me. When she came back, my friend and her left immediately. I sent him a text, but he hasn't answered. Am I the jerk? Alright, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Jerk. And looks and money aren't everything.
Oh, of course they're everything. when you're OP.
Like, it's just, first of all, their meet cute story is very cute. I
Yeah,
thought it was adorable.
yeah.
But, like, the idea that, oh, well, you're a 10 in my book, so how could you date this guy who's just a lowly PhD student?
Well, and the thing is that we all have our preferences, and she clearly likes him and is digging him, and it doesn't matter what you think, you're not dating him. It doesn't matter to you what he looks like or his sense of style, and that's what's important here. You're not the person who wants to be in a relationship with him. So just because something about him doesn't necessarily attract you doesn't mean that it doesn't attract other people. Some people like awkward people. And I think
Uh,
that
cough, cough, me.
Amber likes awkward people. Now you know why I'm so awkward.
No, but seriously, like when I read a book and there's a socially awkward guy, pretty much insta swoon. Like, oh gosh, what's Francis Doyle and Mexican Goth? Like, very swoon worthy.
So, people like awkward people. You don't not everyone needs to be flashy and jazzy and all kinds of things there. So, yeah. Anyhow, take care and don't block your friend. I know you're the weird thing about this one is he's like I'm just looking out for him by trying to push his girlfriend away so that she'll fall into my arms.
Mm-hmm.
Gross. Yes, you're the jerk. You're the jerk. Someone's jealous and bad natured here, and it ain't either of the people in a happy relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Wanting to Make My Boyfriend Homeless Because of My Lunch Habits? Alex, a 30-year-old male, and I, a 33-year-old female, got together in late 2019 and recently decided to move in together. I asked for a trial one wherein both of us kept our flats for a few months so no one loses their place if it doesn't work out. He had issues with this at first, but I held firm that it was in everyone's best interest, and he eventually agreed. We decided to stay with me as my flat is bigger and closer to his work. Then, after a few months, we'd look for a house. I work at home, and now he's close enough to his office to come back for lunch. He initially assumed that we'd be eating together each day because I'm at home. But I don't eat lunch and I don't take a break for it. My preference is to take smaller breaks when I want to and eat a snack around 3 p.m. A piece of fruit and a bag of nuts is my go-to. This has been an issue since he moved in. He walked in while I was on calls 2 days running and loudly commented about it being lunchtime in the UK. I work for an international organization. I was furious as it prompted an unnecessary and awkward conversation with my boss, who was concerned that I was risking burnout. He agreed to not going forward, although my position is that during his lunch hour, we don't really need to make time to see each other at all since he'll be back for the day in like 5 hours. The issue is then he started insisting that I need to eat breakfast and lunch even if it's not included. For context, I gained some weight when I started working from home, and my current eating habits suit my schedule while keeping my weight where I want it. His claim is that I'm starving myself to log in as soon as I wake up, and I'm too obsessed with work to take breaks. I've explained that my eating habits suit me and I don't want to change them, but he's using me eating normally at the weekend as some kind of gotcha and won't accept what I'm saying. He brings it up daily. This is a problem, but not the problem. The problem is that he's been going on for nearly a month, and this just isn't the life for me. We sat down to talk this evening, and I said that I'm not enjoying living together, and it's too much too soon, so I'd like him to move back to his place this weekend. It turns out he did not keep the flat. That is a bad choice on his part. He gave it up straight away and moved his stuff to his mum's. His reasoning being that he knew that we would be fine. Dear reader, we are not fine. He says that I need to put the effort in to work through this and compromise, and that I'm just too angry to talk, and that me being a workaholic is going to cost us the relationship. So we'll calm down and talk about it another time. My position is that him lying about his place is a deal breaker, even if the rest wasn't. My best friend just had a baby and my mom's on holiday, so I have no one to tell me if I'm out of order here. So Reddit, am I the jerk? Edit. So I realized after posting this and after he stormed out that there's a bonus element here. We agreed that because we're both keeping our flats, he wouldn't contribute to my rent/bills because he still had all of his normal outgoings. He has bought the groceries a few times and took me out for a meal the first weekend he came, but other than that, he's been living here for free, and I'm livid. All right, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk and dump him.
I just the audacity,
Mm-hmm.
right? The arrogance, it's just so absurd that he's like, "Oh, well, I got rid of my apartment because I just knew that we were going to work out." I like the optimism. I hate the execution.
Mm-hmm.
The only way that would have worked out, well, no, it wouldn't have even worked out at all because he would have still been benefiting off of OP no matter what, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that he's just been lying and doing this is just like really bad, and I can't blame OP for having this as a deal breaker.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel bad for them. I don't think they're out of line at all here. I just think that he is really being rude. If OP wants to have their lunch break in a certain way, they should be able to have their lunch break in a certain way. And that's just the way it works.
Right. Well, and if you're concerned that your partner's eating behaviors are disordered, this is not the way to approach them,
Mm-hmm.
is to constantly harass them. Like,
Yeah.
there are resources online, people you can talk to, but like, you don't just be like, you need to start eating breakfast and lunch every day. Like,
Yeah.
that's.
Some people have different eating habits,
Mm-hmm.
and it's important to recognize that you might not need as much energy as another person. And certainly, I think it's something to keep an eye out for. You don't want to have your partner fall into disordered eating, and I think that that's a good thing to watch out for, but I don't think that this was the right way of handling this at
Mm-hmm.
all. So, anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk. If you're not happy, you're not happy. You can't seriously be expected to stay in a situation that makes you miserable. It's time to move on from this relationship, and he won't be homeless. He can stay with his mom with the rest of his stuff. And OP says, I guess what I haven't made clear is that the eating thing is the only real problem we have, so I might be the jerk because I can't see why this would be happening if he wasn't concerned. The relationship was otherwise pretty perfect before this and feels super petty even if it's been driving me up a wall. It's just so weird. Well, this could also just be controlling a
Mm-hmm.
behavior that's coming out now that they've moved in. And that's the thing is like sometimes relationships that seem perfect on the outside, like
Mm-hmm.
people are waiting for their moment to like start clenching down. And this really just seems more about control than
Mm-hmm.
anything. So all right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I have a tea, and today I guessed what my tea was going to be correctly. So let me know what your guesses are. Amber has some tea as well. She has mint tea.
Mm-hmm.
And Morgan submitted this little gem today, so I'll share it with everyone. What did the snail say while riding on the turtle's back? Whee! It's pretty cute. I
Mm-hmm.
like it. Amber also has a joke for us.
What is a dog's favorite frozen treat?
Oh, Barky Road.
A popsicle.
A popsicle? Oh my, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And I have licorice spice. All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving me a like. And if you didn't, consider giving me a dislike. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Bye.